On the 14th of September, I did a video where I talked about the 10 aliens I would choose if I had the Omnitrix. Now, this video was interesting to make because Ben 10 has so many different alien species and it's such a really cool show. But when Ben first got the Omnitrix, he only had access to 10 different aliens. So that's where that video kind of came from. And every now and then I'll kind of look back at this and think, you know, I actually wouldn't really pick this alien, I'd probably go for someone else. And so this video is going to be an updated version of what I did back then. If you had the Omnitrix but could only start with 10 aliens, what 10 would you pick? In this video I'm going to go through my updated list for the starting 10 that I would choose. Now originally I picked Alien X, Way-Big, Atomix, Ghost Freak, Frankenstrike, Feedback, Clockwork, Wildvine, Ripjaws, and Upgrade. I thought that was a pretty solid 10, but there are some that are situational and some that I've kind of just changed my mind on. There are a few like Alien X and Way-Big that I think loads of people would pick. There will be some that will be more favourable than others, but at the same time, they're really cool characters and obviously very powerful, so those are appealing to me. Now, if you want to hear me talk about the reasons why I chose the original 10 aliens, be sure to watch that video. I will leave a link in the description below. I'm not going to be going through all 10 again in this one. I'm going to be talking about 4 aliens in this video, and these are the 4 new ones. I'm replacing 4 from the original list. The 4 that are going are Atomix, Frankenstrike, Upgrade, and Wildvine. Now, whilst they were situational and other ones are just a bit unnecessary, I thought, yeah, it's nice to kind of tone down the power level. And in this video, I'm going to be going through the details, well, briefly go through the details of the 4 aliens that I would pick to replace the 4 mentioned just now. The first new alien that I would pick is Jetray. Jetray is a character I believe only appeared in Ultimate Alien and Alien Force. It's a bit tricky to kind of love a character like this if they don't appear later on, especially in Omniverse, for how long that stood out for. And compare them to other characters from the original series. I'm thinking Accelerate, obviously because of the speedness, and obviously when you compare flight powers with basically any other alien that can fly, you're going to have a bit of back and forth. But looking at my original list, I didn't have a flyer and I didn't have a speedster. So to have the 2 in 1 like that is pretty damn cool. So those are his 2 main powers, of course, flight and speed. He can put the 2 together in something that was really cool. I can't remember the name of the episode, but there is an episode where Ben turns into Jetray and it flies at hyperspace speed. It's really cool. And he sticks a perfect landing, and obviously with that he can survive out there in the vacuum of space. It really shows off the true power of Jetray, and I think that's really cool. Of course, these aliens are going to have the enhanced human abilities like enhanced stamina, enhanced speed, strength, and all that stuff. But the main focus for Jetray is the speed and the flying abilities. The next new alien I would pick is Echo Echo. Originally, I didn't care for this alien at all. Whilst I thought the ultimate version of Echo Echo was pretty cool, I just couldn't get used to it. Eventually, as time went on, I kind of watched more episodes where Echo Echo was used. I actually kind of fell in love with this alien just more and more. So Echo Echo is described to be living sound waves in a silicone suit, which is quite interesting, because I'm pretty sure Feedback was described as living electricity in a bodysuit. So, as I just said, Echo Echo's main ability is the manipulation of kind of sound and sound waves. That's kind of his main ability. But one thing he can also do is duplicate. Think, what's his name? Ditto, that's it. However, Echo Echo's clones are much more powerful in the sense where once the clone is made, they basically become their own person. There was the episode where Echo Echo took on Ultimate Kevin and Echo Echo clones were dying. It didn't affect Ben at all, and if one clone was hit, it didn't affect any of the other clones. And that's arguably the most important factor, or the most powerful factor when it comes to making clone aliens. But yeah, the ultimate version is really cool. I'm appreciating the look. I think the design from Ultimate Alien and Alien Force looks better than the Omniverse design. But just, you know, the character as a whole and how it's kind of presented, I think it looks really cool, and I would pick that for my new list. The next alien I would pick is Grey Matter. Now this kind of needs a bit of explaining, because when I asked this on Reddit about the 10 aliens that they would start off with, or kind of 10 aliens that they would stay with, a lot of people said grey matter or brainstorm, an intelligent alien species, which is pretty good. However, in place of that, I had upgrade, with the idea of it being able to merge with technology that would kind of take the place. I'm trying to think of scenarios where it could be more practical. I didn't think either brainstorm or grey matter would be a more viable replacement. But looking back, whilst the Galvan species, which is what grey matter is, has the superior intelligence, there was another thing I wasn't taking into mind. I was so focused on having bigger, stronger aliens. The Galvan species is really small. That small stature could come into play in its own way. Not necessarily using the intelligence, whilst that would be an extra kind of boost, I suppose that's the word I'm looking for the scenario I could find myself in. It's something I didn't consider, and obviously putting all this together is actually a really clever choice. So yes, grey matter would be a very good alien to have. It's so easy to see and understand why Wrath is an absolute favourite amongst Ben 10 fans. Wrath is going to be replacing Atomics on my list as the sort of powerhouse brute fighter, and Wrath is just cooler, especially with that one line, "Let me tell you something." I think it fits the character really well, and I'm so glad that it became like his catchphrase, and it's one of the most recognisable lines in all of Ben 10. Wrath should have been a mainstay on the first list, but it's here now. And I must confess, I very nearly chose Kickenhawk over Wrath. Yeah, I know. So there we go, that is the list of the 10 aliens I would start with if I had the Omnitrix. I think that is a very interesting list. There are some aliens that people prefer to the ones that I have chosen. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you all ever so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.